Welcome back to another episode of Daily Fortnite, your daily podcast about Fortnite. I'm your host, Mikey, aka Mike Daddy, aka Magnificent Mikey, and Queasy, Swizzy, and Murstache are your 2025 FNCS Global Champions. That's right, the Global Championship has come to an end, and Queasy, Swizzy, and Murstache are the team that came out on top thanks to that dominant day one. Again, because Global Championship is going on today, we're gonna start this episode out by talking about competitive. So let's go over to the Fortnite Global Championship leaderboard. Thankfully, again, I did take a peek to make sure this was all going to be okay, and it is all updated and numbers are correct. So let's take a look at this. What we're looking at, let's look at the overall first. So Queasy, Murstache, and Swizzy won this thing. Again, 12 matches played in total now, 3 victorials. So they didn't win any more matches today, but they had a strong enough showing in that day one to win this thing. But it came close. Vonyak, Marius, and Pixie got up to 650 points. So remember, Queasy, Murstache, and Swizzy had a 185-point lead at the end of day one. It dwindled all the way down to 47 points. So teams really were gunning for them. Their day two was not as dominant. But just looking at the overall numbers here, again, 3 total victorials out of the 12 matches. They averaged 5 eliminations per match. Their average placement was 6.8, so it dropped quite a bit, right? Yesterday it was, 2 to basically 7 here. That's 5 placement spots. Their average points 58.1, elimination points 244. Again, to that placement points 453. Again, really playing emphasis that you got to be placing up near the top and getting victorials often enough to make that difference. I mean, to me, really, that day one dominance of winning 3 matches in a row really propelled them to the top and helped them stay on top. Because again, their day two was not as dominant. Let's take a look at their day two compared to their day one. Okay, oops. Let's go to main here. So if we're looking at just day two, they're not in the top 5. They're not in the top 10. They are all the way down in 15th place. Day two, 176 points with 14 eliminations. No victorials. They only averaged 2 eliminations per match in day two. Their average placement on just day two was 11.3. So they averaged 29.3 points. They had 56 elimination points to 120. So they didn't even score 200 points in day two here. Remember, they scored over 500 in day one, and didn't even get to 200 in day two. That's how dominant they were in day one. But also looking at day two here, we saw some teams that struggled in day one really come back and improve upon what they did. So like some teams that we saw like way down the list in day one that we expected to do better definitely improved their stance in day two. Like for instance, Peterbot. Peterbot's team, Peterbot, Xset or Ritual and Cold, they got in 5th place for the day. So that is quite the improvement over 24th the day before, I believe it was. We see. I know there was another team I saw. I mean, Kanada's team, Rapid and Bolts, they were in seventh for the day. I feel like there was another team that I saw. I remember seeing that ended up doing a lot better on day 2 here, but now I can't remember for sure what the team was I was thinking of. But Peterbot's for sure, right? I mean, almost 20 places higher. So, that is quite the improvement. But again, congrats to Queasy, Murstach, and Swizzy. I hope you guys had fun watching it. That's the other thing I want to mention. So, obviously, congratulations to them. Obviously, there was a lot of great play. I watched today, and yeah, these are all pro players. They are at the top of their game. It was very fun and very amazing to watch. Even though, our champions didn't dominate, they didn't dominate on day 2 here, but they still had a lot of good plays, especially in the early matches, still getting themselves in good positions to, possibly, there was quite a few times where they took a high ground in end games where you thought like, okay, this could really be them like running away with it and dominating. Again, it didn't play out that way, but the anticipation, what's the word I'm thinking of? Anticipation, intensity, the suspense. There we go. The suspense was there because of how these matches played out. So yeah, that was really fun from the players. But what I really got to give a shout out to is the crowd. The crowd was amazing. Good job, France. Good on you. The European crowds are always amazing. I did a little student exchange program when I was in high school, and I was there, and saw soccer matches, and yeah, the crowds there are just something else. And then when I'm a fan of music, I'm a fan of wrestling, and when I watch events that happen over in the European countries, they really show up, they show out, and it makes the event even that much more exciting. So good on you, France. I hope if FNCS global championships come to America, that America is going to put on, hopefully that will get the American crowd like some motivation to act that way, because I always see that, again, being a wrestling fan, I see that all the time. A lot of times you'll see long stints of wrestling events in America where, I don't know, maybe just because they're used to the events being here, because they're here all the time, you see the crowds get kind of complacent, they're not all that active or whatever, and then all of a sudden the wrestling company will go over to Europe, put on a big event there, and then those crowds just go absolutely nuts and just, again, make it even that much more fun to watch. And then you see it in America for a while, the crowds, like, they feel like, okay, we have to match that, and then the crowds here will really rise up. So yeah, I'm hoping if we get some in-person live LAN events here in America in the future, because they don't have to just do globals here, right? They can hold all kinds of tournaments. So I'm hoping that will motivate the American crowds here to really like get into it and, show people that this is entertaining to watch in person. This is an entertaining game and esport to watch in general. And that when people come across it on stream, they'll be like, wow, what's that? That crowd looks like they're having a good time. I want to check whatever that is out. So, again, good job, Leon. Good job, France, on putting on such a good event and really showing up. And, I can only imagine it really made the players there really feel like they were part of something special too. So that's really cool. All right, well, that's all I really had to say about Global Championship, though. Again, congratulations to our champions, Queasy, Murstach, and Swizzy. But now, let's go ahead and do our normal thing here. Let's head on over and see how many people are playing this game today. Battle Royale has 35,000, Reload 27,000, Blitz 31,000. We're looking at Battle Royale 0 build with 76,000, Reload ranked 26,000, OG 15,000, Legends Landing still has 1,000, Festival 5,000, Odyssey 7,000, Ranked Ballistic 2,000, Reload 0 build 14,000, OG 0 build 13,000, Creative 1,000, Save the World 11,000, Party Royale 1,000, Battle Royale ranked 1,000. Battle Royale 0 build ranked 2,000, and Reload 0 build ranked 2,000. Okay, and then some creator made modes. Crazy Red vs. Blue has 2,000. Pet Heroes Adventure has 722. Havoc Hotel 3 Roguelike has 349. The Hood Free for All has 247. Drive City All Weapons has 358. Peace Control 2v2 has 2,700. 1v1v1 Reload 1v1 Realistics Free for All has 2,500. And there's a whole lot more to be discovered in the Discover tab. Now, let me take a look at how many people played this game concurrently at its peak today. I got to pull it up because I forgot to pull it up before I started here. Wow, 1,643,000. So just a couple thousand or a few thousand less than yesterday. So again, here on the weekend, on a Global Championship weekend, our numbers are way up over what they have been during the week. So, and again, think about that. The numbers are kind of what we're used to seeing, even with a Global Championship tournament going on, even with it being the first Sunday of NFL football. There's a lot of stuff to compete with, and Fortnite still holding strong. That's pretty awesome. Let's see here. Let's head on over to the quests. Give you the reminder to do your quest, do your Champions Road stuff, your kickstart, your stories, your expertise, your weekly, your dailies, your milestones, your ranked, and level up. As of last night, I was level 38 when I recorded. I played just a little bit before I went to bed. I played a little bit in the morning, and I just played a little bit before sitting down to record here. Again, we got TVs and consoles set up in different places now, so I have a little corner of the house now that I can game in without bothering anybody. So I was able to gain 13 levels in just a little bit of playtime, thanks to all the quests that I have piled up and stacked up. And again, I got this. Hopefully this setup is going to help me keep leveling up quick and take advantage of, again, once I get through all these quests that I need to get caught up on, then, another thing that we all can do is take advantage of the XP in creator made modes again. Like Sadus Bob has mentioned in the Discord before, you can get like 60 levels a week in just collecting XP in creative modes. So, if you got time to take advantage of it, take advantage of it so that you can get all the cool items. Like, again, like I said, I want to level up as fast as I can. Now that I'm going to have time to do it, I'm going to level up as fast as I can so I can get that Green Ranger and the White Ranger. All right, that is that. We've already talked about competitive, so let's head on over to the item shop and see what's in the item shop today. Okay, in the item shop today, we're looking at special offers and bundles. You got the cars, of course. Of course, the Gorillas items are still there. Jam tracks, kicks, the Champions Road section. It's leaving. The majority of the stuff is leaving. The Surf Witch champion bundle that is staying. Everything else is leaving. So get the others, like Nick A30 Ninja or Cypher PK if you've been wanting any of that and don't have it yet. Family Guy section has returned. The Giant Chicken bundle has returned. The Animated Dads section is still here. Today we have the Recon Ranger outfit for 800 V-Bucks. The Task Force Rio outfit for 800. The Depend Guitar for 500. The Viridescent Wrap for 300. You got the Tactical Elite Wastelander outfit for 800. The Heavy Elite Legionnaire outfit for 800. The Rock Breaker Pickaxe for 800. Snow Squall Glider for 500. You got the Renegade Runner outfit with the Raiders Rucksack Backbling for 1,200. Scarlet Defender outfit for 800. The Bite Mark Pickaxe for 1,200. Sweaty Emote for 200. The Whisper Bundle is still here. We Like to Party Bundle. We Like to Party Bundle has the Party Diva outfit for 1,500. And We Like to Party the Venga Bus by the Venga Boys Jam Track, which is 500. In the bundle together, it is 1,800, which is 200 off the total. Ooh, we got another new bundle. Taco Time Bundle. This has the Pie outfit for 1,200. Omakase all day. This is an octopus. I like, because he's an octopus. He's got long octopus-like legs, but he's also got, two other like little arms sticking out at his hips, that are just kind of barely sticking out there. One of them is holding a little water jug. What in the world? Okay. First, we'll mention he's got two arms that are, the normal length of the arms that are going to be the arms that, hold your weapons and whatnot. But then he's got two arms crossed. They're crossed in front of his. They're folded in front of his chest. What I find very bizarre is that he is holding the dish that is made out of of what he is, an octopus. So that to me is very very strange, very weird. Why would they do that? You know what I mean? That's why is this octopus eating an octopus dish? Very weird. Okay, well, but yeah, very cool looking. 1,200 for just the outfit. There is a flashy fishwork emote for 300. So you you got a plate of rice you're holding in your hand. You throw up some fish, you chop it up to make your nigiri, and it just all lands right on the rice right there on the top. And then you garnish it. 300 V-Bucks for that. You got the Fresh Floppers back bling for 300, and it's some It's some fresh fish on ice. They even have the X's over their eyes. Um, it's got a big old flag. It sticks out from your back and a big old flag. I don't like the way that looks. That is totally in the way as am I playing. But it's funny and it's cool looking. But it's I like the way it looks, but I don't like the way it looks on my character and how much of the screen is blocking. All right, that's 300 V-Bucks. The Yanagiba pickaxe is 500 V-Bucks. So it's a fan that also has it's connected to a blade. So there you go. That's your pickaxe for 500 V-Bucks. The Great Waves wrap for 500, and it's like a painting of waves, but then you got like these dynamic, you got these like cartoony fish jumping and swimming through the wrap. That's cool. 500 bucks for that. Okay, all of those items come together in the Taco Time bundle for 1,600. 1,600, which is 1,200 off the total. All right, you got victory vibes. We got new emotes. We have the Shake Ah emote for 500. We got the Song 2 emote for 500. Oh, I imagine this is Song 2 by Blur, so I know that one. That's cool. Let's see here. The Aliens, Ripley, and Xenomorph bundle has returned, so you can get that. Beavis and Butthead bundle is still here, and that looks like everything today. You can get any and all of these items using code Mikey, MMMIKIE, in the item shop, and some of the proceeds will go to help support the show. Today, item of the day today, easy choice for me. It is the Taco Time bundle. The only thing, okay, so there's a couple things I again want to mention about this bundle as I'm making it the item of the day. Not the biggest fan of the back bling, probably not going to use it, and I still just find it very weird that this character is eating a dish that is made out of him or his species. But anyways, I really do like the look of the outfit. I really like that emote. That wrap is really cool. So all of those things bundled together for the cheaper price, I think that makes it a good deal. And I like the cartoon like look that they gave this character as well. So that's really cool. All right, and that's your item today. So let's take a look at any comments that we might have from the community. Over on YouTube, we do have a comment from Olive for Fortnite that says, I have seen people say about the Simpsons mini season. I assume that you've seen people saying that there's going to be a Simpsons mini season, and again, I haven't been looking up the leaks or anything lately, but if that's true, like I said, I'm going to be really excited about that, and I will have fun. That's all we had on YouTube. Thank you, Olive, for that. Let's head on over to Spotify, where Yam says, goodbye, Peterbot. I'm probably one of the first comments today. After traveling all day, I finally got to rest around 2 a.m. Eastern. I just got ads for the first time while watching this show. I don't know if it's because I'm in the US now, but I'm definitely excited to be able to play with the Hollow Twister AR again. Yeah, that is very interesting. I did not know that down there in South America you were not getting ads while you were listening, because I do have ads on this show, so I just assumed everybody in the world who was listening was getting ads, but maybe not. Apparently not. And maybe that's why being a podcaster is not very lucrative. Because I always look at like how many people listen to this show versus how much I make from ads, and always go like, oh, geez, that's not much, but I guess maybe not everybody in the world is getting the ads anyways. But yeah, there is ads on this show, and there have been ads on this show for a long time. So that this is technically, it just is creators, the Spotify creator is what the platform is now, right? But I started back on when this was Anchor. It was its own company, its own website, and I did it because I believed in what their vision was. I had done other podcasts before. I'd done this podcast before, and I would host it on, I don't want to call any websites out, but I would host it on like podcast hosting sites, right? And you'd have to pay like a monthly fee. Whereas Anchor came along and said, hey, we believe that, we can create a platform where, it's free for people to podcast, so anybody can make a podcast, make it that much easier for them. And that, one day this platform is going to be, popular enough that advertisers are going to want to come to us and run ads on shows that are on this platform. So I believed in that, and I joined it. That's how I started doing this podcast. And sure enough, the Anchor overall grew in popularity, and they had popular shows on the platform. And luckily for me, my show was one of the popular shows at the time, because it just so happened, when it was getting popular, it was the same time that Fortnite was getting popular. So this show got popular, and I got to be one of the first podcasts on the Anchor platform that was running ads as they were testing it out and seeing how if their idea and theories were going to work. So yeah, I'm always thankful to the community such as yourself, and everybody really, just for listening to the show and making that possible. Again, it didn't bring me riches or anything, but it's just like the idea that, like, wow, there's enough people out there that would want to listen, that people want to put ads out here, is really cool to me. And I never really, and I hope I never do lose sight of that, because the community is great. That was probably a lot longer answer than you were looking for, but yeah, I just really wanted to say how much I appreciate you, Gal. Let's see here. Free Schlep, previously Yellowbird, says, "Yellow, everyone." All right, hello. Let's see here. Colin Full says, "What's been your favorite crossover / collab in Fortnite so far, and why?" Okay. Well, for me, and we've had some great things in game, right? Like the Marvel season was great in game. Some of the Star Wars things have been great in game. We had the DC, zone on one of the on part of the map in one of the seasons. But for me, I can just go based off of items that we got in the item shop, because again, you guys, for the kids out there who are just young kids and they know Fortnite, and it's been around for all the parts of their life that they have memories of, right? They just look at Fortnite and go, "Oh yeah, that's normal. You have this game that has all these characters that are from all different times, and all kinds of different various fan bases, and it's all in one game." That's like something like kids like me, when I was little, dreamed about, being like, "Oh, I wish I could have these characters all in a single game. That would be really fun. And you know, you would just do that with your toys anyways. You'd have all these different action figures and you'd have them all play together, and you wish you could do that in a video game. And that's what you get in Fortnite. So for me, my overall favorite collab that they've done is Adventure Time, because Adventure Time is just flat out one of my favorite TV shows ever of all time. It doesn't matter. I don't mean like, oh, it's one of my favorite animated shows, or it's one of my favorite you know, young adult shows, or it's not one of my, there's no like caveat with it. It's just bar on one of my favorite shows of all time. It's like right there at the very top. So yeah, I love those characters. I love having those characters. So just because of my personal love of Adventure Time, that's my favorite collab that they've done. And then close ones are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and now Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like I said here on the podcast before, they're somewhere. I have a whole notebook sitting there somewhere in this. It's somewhere in the house or in the garage or somewhere, but like an entire spiral notebook full of notes that I took for a Power Rangers podcast that I, thought about doing at one point. But yeah, so great question. I'd love some comments, and I'd love to hear from all of you. Like, what is your favorite collab or crossover that Fortnite has done? And again, could be any reason. I'd love to know, is it just because you're just so happy to have that item and to play with it in game and see it and play with it in game, or was there a certain event or season that was a collaboration / crossover? I'd love to hear that from you guys as well. Thanks for the question. That was really great. That is all the comments today, so that's going to be the end of this episode. Make sure you go join the daily Fortnite Discord and hang out with us. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and a written review for a shout out on the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And I'm realizing today is Sunday, of course, so I better not end the show, huh? I better get to Apple Podcasts. What in the world was I thinking? Let me see if there is anything on there. My goodness, let's see here. And of course there is, so good thing I checked. Last time there wasn't anything, this time there is. OG Midas says, "Hey Mikey, I'm finally moving back to Washington. I've been in Texas for the past 5 years. I spent the first 7 years of my life in Washington. We're moving to Puyallup area. Nice." OG Midas, I hope that means when you get back here that you're gonna be, a Seahawks fan, a Mariners fan, a Kraken fan. Especially since you started out in Washington. Left only for a little while. Now you're coming back. Hopefully you were already a fan of all of that anyways. But yeah, awesome. Puyallup, nice small little town. Great, awesome. Let's see here. Fishy Bros 19 says, "Hi Mikey, I just got a VR, so I'm taking some time off of Fortnite to play some games on that. By the way, I'm level 80. What level are you?" Just talked about that earlier. I am level 51 now, but good for you getting some VR. Let us know what games you're playing and what games are good on VR. All right, awesome. Now I've done everything that I'm supposed to do for today's episode. Kind of, because now I just remembered we talked about FNCS, but we didn't talk about the announcement that was made, right? The announcement that was made was that FNCS 2026, that's going to be duos. that there was already a lot of speculation that that was what was happening, but that's been made official now. So again, for all of you really good young players out there, get your duo, find your duo partner, and get to practicing so that you can be the next FNCS global champion. All right, now this episode is over, so make sure you go join the daily Fortnite Discord, hang out with us, follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and a written review for a shout out on the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and until next time, have fun, be safe, and don't get lost in the storm.